This Chat with the Experts is brought to you by Angie's List on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List. I am Kyle Hawk, and I am joined today by Kristie Smith of Indy Homes at Keller Williams Realty. And we were talking all about how to prepare your home to put it on the market to sell today, and how you can wow potential buyers even before they step in the front door. And the last segment we were talking about home transformations, and I wanted to, get a little bit more information about that process. And obviously, people, when it comes time to sell, they're not thinking about the big home projects, but you had mentioned that there are some smaller things around the home, some inexpensive, simple things that a lot of people can do to make a difference. Are there some easy fixes that you suggest?
Yes, Kyle, there are. Some of my $1,000 can do so much in a home. Number one is hardware. So if you don't have knobs or cool, funky, chunky pulls on your kitchen cabinets, you can buy them online on eBay. They don't have to be solid. They can be hollow. No one knows. They just have to look good. So cabinet hardware, one, change it out if you have dated stuff or brass, or put hardware on your cabinets if you don't have any at all. A lot of people say, gosh, I love it. I wish I would have had it the whole time I lived here. Number two is a lot of homes have gold surrounds around the fireplace, and we get fire retardant black matte spray paint or just a little can of paint with some craft brushes, and it takes 5 minutes, and it just makes it all nice matte black, and it takes away that big screaming gold fireplace. Additionally, simple fixtures like faucets. I have a few online wholesale places to get great trendy faucets, and also lighting. Lighting's a little tricky because you might have to bring an electrician if you're not handy at the replacement. But those are some big ones. Additionally, if you have countertops that are a dated color, I have a reglazing company that for very low cost will refinish the countertop into any color that we want without actually doing the tear out and replace an entire countertop and then drywall repair and all those things. It's a very low cost option for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do. And as we talked last segment, a lot of folks love their homes even as they're selling them. And I think there's a conception of I've done a lot of work to decorate my home. My personality is a part of it. I like the way it looks. Other people are going to like this look as well. But that isn't really the case, it seems like, when you start to look at what some of these home transformation companies are able to do. I mean, what are the reasonings why I might think my home looks beautiful, but to somebody else, it's just not going to appeal to them at all?
Yeah, so we might be talking about two different things. So home transformation is really projects in the home, and that is what I would consider upgrades or enhancements to either datedness or replacing things that are wore out or tired carpet, paint, etc. Then we also have something called staging. And staging is, not changing what we have, but how do we take what we have and make it look nicer? Staging companies are very popular because that is who I hire if I have a vacant home. So if you've already moved to California and your house is completely vacant, the data is very clear that homes that are staged sell quickly, and most people don't have a vision for what that house can look like. So I really only use a staging company for a vacant property. Anything else we do ourselves, and we go room by room, and I go room by room and say, I want this taken down. I would keep that, move this chair here. And we're really just repurposing what the customer has, or many times we're taking half of what the customer owns out of the home, putting it in the basement or a storage unit so that less is more. We want light, airy homes that show how big the rooms are. And when people live in their houses a long time, they collect things, too many things. And we want to put all those things away, box them up. It's really not extra work because you're going to be moving anyway. So you're just pre-packing many of the items so that all the countertops, most of the walls, surfaces are all less is more. And I always say, what would Kristie do? If you look at it and you're not sure, put it away. So that's kind of my rule of thumb.
So the next step in the process is taking some really high quality photos that you can put out there. And, we live in a time where people are looking at photos of homes long before they even step in the door of the home. How important is it to have really good photos of your home up there when you're trying to sell?
It's super important. The data shows that people start looking online 12 to 18 months before they ever actually call a realtor, look at homes inside, and they become educated. People start becoming educated on the market, prices, what you can get for your money, just in their online research. It's interesting that not only do consumers go to the internet to choose what homes to enter, real estate agents do the same thing because many times, especially for relocation customers, they don't know quality of neighborhoods. They don't know areas. So many times they lean on their realtor to pick all of the homes that they may actually look at. So realtors do the same thing. We weed out homes just like a consumer would by first looking at the photos and knowing my client wants something move-in ready. That one's probably not going to work for them, and just weed out a home. So a lot of people don't realize their photos are not just for the consumer, they're for the real estate broker as well.
Yeah, and it's just so important to have those high quality photos. We've all looked at homes online and seen where maybe the home's great, but just the photos, because of the lighting, because of the way the shots are taken, it's just not appealing at all. So it's really important. I wonder, is that the thing you've seen change the most, even in your decade in the real estate industry, is how important the online marketing portion has become? Yeah,
online marketing is one of the keys for sure. And I would make that as a checklist in any interview with a real estate broker is, do you use a professional photography to shoot photos? With the right type of home and the right setting, we're also seeing drone shots. We're also seeing 3D photography and videography. So there's so many things to position a home well. But truly the data does show all the gimmicky stuff. What's still most important are the still shots. Many times people only spend a few seconds per listing looking at it really quickly, and they scroll through those 24 pictures and make a split-second decision on what to do next. So I think another big change in real estate is, and a real delta that's going to change here soon, is interest rates. I mean, just the affordability of housing in the last 5 to 7 years has been a truly all-time low. And, the data really shows that even by the end of 2016, those rates are going to go up. I know we keep saying they're going to go up, they're going to go up. They are going to go up. And so now's the time to really get that house that you want for the long term and lock into a wonderful financing. Yeah.
So for somebody that's listening and here's the importance of the way I'm going to market the house I'm selling online, but doesn't really have that skill set or understand that world, I mean, how big of a role is my realtor going to play in helping me market my home online?
Yeah, from a marketing perspective, I think any agent that passes, let's say the Angie's List snuff test, for example, I mean, should do a really great job. I mean, marketing a home is one of the key job descriptions of a real estate agent. Home transformation and stuff like that, I would say that's a little more unusual. I think most realtors would probably refer that to either a general contractor. There's a lot of handy services, that kind of one-stop shop. I don't see too many of my colleagues that do that service. That's just something that we added given the volume of homes that we do this to. It was much easier for me to control the customer service, control the client experience, and to control the work and the work product, because sometimes I would tell a client to paint a room and they would hire a painter and I would go in and say, there's blue paint on the ceiling. Oh my gosh. So I had to stop that and make sure that I was kind of in control of the quality of the work as well, so that my clients weren't spending money and then it would be shoddy work that was worse than if they hadn't done it in the first place. So I had a few of those experiences and said, let's just make sure it's our vendors and we'll do the project management for the customer. Yeah. So obviously in a perfect world, we put the home up, somebody's interested right away, the process goes smoothly, the home's sold. But a lot of times it takes a while. What are some of the top things that you see, just little things that need to be tweaked that keep a home from selling as quickly as it should? Well, number one thing is price. And this is interesting because when people do things to their home to get it ready, then they're more proud of it and they have their checkbook right there to show what they've spent. So this tricky part is doing some things to make your home more desirable just sometimes makes it only able to be chosen. Not necessarily get back dollar for dollar what you put into it. So many times if a home sits on the market, it could just be price. So looking there first is always important. And then number two is if you have people coming into the property, they're going to leave feedback. And any product that you're trying to sell, you want feedback on your product. So if you're getting certain feedback and you've heard it multiple times, you either need to shift that objection or you have to lower your price to overcompensate for an objection that you have that you're not willing to change.
Yeah. Absolutely. All very good information today from Kristie Smith. We're going to take a quick break here, but we're rolling right along here on Chat with the Experts. When we come back, we're going to take a look at 3 things you need to know when it comes to selling your home. And we're also going to take some of your listener questions and get some answers straight from Kristie Smith. Keep it right here. You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List.
Do you love a good bargain? Angie'sList.com showcases popular deals from highly rated local companies so you can save time and money on the home and health services you need most. Remodeling your kitchen? Painting your house? Cleaning your carpet? We've got a deal for that. Angie's List members even have access to exclusive discounts, up to 80%. Don't waste another day or another dollar. Start shopping now at Angie'sList.com.